In this video, I'm going to show you guys how you can spot levels which you can place stop loss. So if you want to place stop loss, there's things that you consider. Is first of all, you don't really need to know much about analysis when you are trading this type of strategy. The only thing you need to know is to know where the trend is heading to and know where they are going and know when they are already reversing. Just know what is continuational pattern, reversal. I'm going to use a 5 minutes engulfment candle. After the 5 minutes engulfment candle entry, that's where you can enter, and then I'll show you how you can place a stop loss. You don't really need to know how many pips, even though you don't know how many pips to risk on a particular trade. So let's say I spotted this one, because when I opened VIX 75, I was checking around. I didn't see any good markup which I'll use for, although I might see, but I prefer using this one, which is here and this point. So if you watch closely on the indicator side, you see that this is a leg, and this is the first leg, and here is the second leg. So for me to mark it up well, I have to mark the diverging, which is the lower high, and then for here is the lower low. So this is the setup. So when this is forming already, all you need to know is to know when the engulfment, if you are entering with 5 minutes engulfment, you must know when the 5 minutes engulfment is forming. And if you're entering for 1 minute, most times I will prefer entering this setups or entering this particular trading strategy on 5 minutes. Wait for a good 5 minutes engulfment, because if you couldn't wait for 5 minutes engulfment, most of the time you get stopped out on 1 minute time frame before the trade starts going to your favor. So let's say we entered around here. Let's say we entered a buy after this engulfment candle, which is this. We entered right away here. So if you want to do a stop loss placement on your trade, there is two things you consider. One is that you must consider from where you entered, which is at this point, and then you consider the highs. So if you can get the level of the highs or the lows which you entered from, which is this low I entered from, and then you mark out the lowest low, which is at this point, which I'm showing you guys. So from here you can see that we have 11.15. so what you want to do is that you want to times 11.15 times 3. So 11.15 times 3 is going to give you 33. So which is that you're going to make this your stop loss times 3 of the first invalidational point, which is this lows. So your stop loss for this trade should be a 33 pips stop loss. Then you should target 1:2 or 1:3. So let's say we are targeting 1:2 on this trade. Your exit or your TP should be at this point, and then if you are a trader that do target 1:3, then you'll be exiting at this particular level. So this is very simple, because I got a lot of questions and a lot of DM about stop loss placements. Some people were telling me that they got stopped out on their trade. So this is how you do it. It's very simple. I just want to make this video to show you guys how you can do it. You hold long time. If it takes 24 hours or 48 hours for your trades to pull to your direction, it is more best to be more patient on these trades, to just be patient on these trades, to just work out in your favor. Don't close early if your TP hasn't been hit, and more of the time entering in 5 minutes time frame engulfment confirmation is mostly valid than entering in 1 minute time frame. So this is it. All you need to know is to just point it from the last low or the last high, then you get you times it times 3. get a times 3 from it, from the low or your high. That's how you get your stop loss placement. So I'm going to look for one more setup if I might see, then I'll still show you guys the example for it. I spotted this one right now, so let me just do a markup from this to this. Once you find an engulfment candle on 5 minutes, that's when you do your preparation for your entry. You can see these lows and this, so it's very quite simple. So if you want to enter on this, your entry should be right away here after the engulfment, because you can see the one that showed here didn't show an engulfment, then this one that showed here already showed an engulfment. So if you want to place the stop loss, you must make sure you assume how many pips from your entry to the low, which is 10, and then you times the 10 times 3, which should give you 30, times 3, which should give you 30. Then we target 1:2 or 1:3. So this is a 1:3, this is a 1:3. So it's quite easy and quite simple. Just make sure, all you can do is to just watch this video and practice. Practice makes perfect. That's the only way you can master this strategy in a better way. Make sure you subscribe to this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and share.